welcome to Monday night NBL as the Illawarra Hawks host the Adelaide 36ers here in Wollongong. Now this is a big game for both of these sides. The Hawks, despite being one of the championship favourites, have lost 3 of their last 4 games and will be looking to regain some momentum, while the Adelaide 36ers need some wins in order to stay in touch with the top 4. Some good matchups in this game as well, especially in the backcourt. Your commentators this evening, Dwayne Russell, Liam Santamaria and Pete Hawley. Gents, how good is Monday Night Hoops?
Looking forward to it, Joe. Great to have you downstairs. Looking forward to having you part of the broadcast right throughout the evening. Monday Night Basketball, 2 of the gurus next to me. And as Brian Goorjian is my question to you first up, gone a little early with the crisis time thing.
Wow, geez, you might think so. They're strong words, aren't they, from Brian Goorjian about his team and their defense. But, you know, he might not be far off. Since the start of round 3, the Hawks are second last in defensive efficiency, giving up 114 points per 100 possessions. So they've got some work to do at the defensive end.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he does think they're the worst defensive team in the league, they won't be for much longer, because we know that Brian Goorjian will make sure that they're running everything as possible to get their defense on track. But they need to turn things around. They're so deep. We talk about them being contenders. They're talented. They're led by their superstars. They need everybody to step up. This is a great game and opportunity to start building towards something special that they want to get to when it comes to championship time.
Don't want to take the great one out of context, so let's have a listen to what Brian Goorjian did say about his defense.
You know, if I was to point at one thing, last year we score this, we win. This year, I would say we're right there, or we might be the worst defensive team in the competition right now. 94 points. I don't know what we're giving up a game, but even at home on our home court, we're just not getting it done on the defensive end of the floor.
Well, they're strong words. He's a master coach, a master manipulator, Brian Goorjian. This man here, Tyler Harvey, second in MVP voting last season. They need him to get going a little bit more at the offensive end. He was second in scoring last season, 15 in points per game. And this time around, this is his last 4 games, nowhere near his kind of lofty standards. And the last 2 in particular, 3 of 17 combined for 3-point territory. The thing you know about Tyler Harvey, a breakout performance just around the corner.
So let's have a look at the DoorDash starting 5s. Hungry? Fire up DoorDash and order your game day essentials now.
Well, they're rolling with their same starting 5 that they have done, and we talk about Tyler Harvey needing to be a bit more consistent, put up those numbers. Duop Reath, another one, coming off a poor performance from his standards of what we've seen to him early in NBL 22. He's been outstanding, but he had just 6 points on 2 of 11 from the field. They need him to take a bit of pressure off Tyler Harvey, to let him go, and all the puzzles will slowly come together.
And the 36ers have had some up and down performances, but Cam Bairstow has been a star the last 2 games.
Well, if Duop Reath's been up and down, Cam Bairstow's been ultra consistent. Come into the starting lineup last couple of games and played really well. In fact, over the course of the season, scored 15 or more in 5 of Adelaide's 7 games, getting after it on the offensive glass. So he has to be a focus for Illawarra coming into this one. Got to box that man out.
Well, it also means Dusty Hannah's now coming back off the bench for the Adelaide 36ers, and a role that I think might do him wonders. Take a bit of pressure off him, let him play with the second unit, try and be that main focus with the ball in his hands, and at least at the start now, Mitch McCarron can get Daniel Johnson involved. We've seen what Cam Bairstow done Sunday, Detch back into the lineup. Dusty Hannah's can play a bit more free off the bench and try and get him into some sort of rhythm.
Illawarra was a lot of people's tip to finish, if not in the finals, to win the whole thing. They've won their past 4 against the 36ers, including round 1 this season. And it was a good performance round 1 against Adelaide in Adelaide. Illawarra 81, 36ers 71. They won by 10, and their stars were firing in that one. Harvey 15, Jessup 17, Duop Reath 18. But as Joe Healy said in the intro, Hawks have lost 3 of their past 4 games this season, and maybe the 36ers and CJ Bruton's men are on the rise. Beautiful part about this game is we've got shooters left, right and centre, so we're about to watch this one unfold.
Joe, in the intro, she was talking about the matchups in the backcourt. That Tyler Harvey and Sunday Detch. Likely to see that one right off the opening tips. CJ Bruton likely to put his primary stopper in the back court on that dangerous Tyler Harvey. That's going to be fun to watch.
Interesting when we talk about Tyler Harvey last year, how good he was in the MVP voting. The Hawks have had 6 different leading scorers to start this season. Last season, Tyler Harvey led the team 19 times during the year with his scoring ability. So I'm sure he knows he's due for a breakout game and can start to build on that. This should be a cracker.
So Cleveland, Harvey, Jessup, Froling and Reith to start for Illawarra. Withers, McCarron, Johnson, Bairstow, Detch for the 36ers. And we thought we were underway. Ball was in the air. Monday Night Basketball. Great to have your company wherever you might be watching around the planet. Ball in the air and the 36ers will get first use of it away from home. Hungry Jacks NBL 22 season. Still a ton of games to come. Daniel Johnson gets a look at it from outside. Early rebound, early putback, didn't quite go. Cam Bairstow's been in the hottest of hot form for the 36ers. The last 2 games combined has been their leading scorer. Detch picks it up, hands it up to Withers, and an early highlight with the jam. Todd Withers.
That's going to feel good for the 36ers and their fans. An early offensive rebound for Cam Bairstow. That's a good sign. And then turning that turnover into an easy bucket down the other end.
Froling of the Sam variety, looking at what to do with it. Step in, Duop Reith, tough bucket, made it work.
Well, I love that start from the Hawks. Move the big fella, try and get him that confidence early. As we said, 2 of 11 in their last game against Perth. Make him a big focus.
Daniel Johnson thought about it, gave it up, and it dropped so early. Scoring form, Sunday Detch joining the party.
Jeez, he's been shooting the ball well since he's come back from injury. Sunday Detch, that's now 5 of 9 from long range in NBL 22.
Good start from the 36ers. As I mentioned, beaten by Illawarra when they met in round 1 in Adelaide. Reith gets a chance to go to work. On Bairstow, making him work hard. Fadeaway 2 attempt on the buzzer. Good D. Detch brings it down the floor quickly again.
It was great D from Cam Bairstow. You think about the way that Daniel Johnson was guarding Duop Reith in that first possession. They ran the same play. Cam Bairstow was meeting him with every single bump. The physicality, just a big difference. There's nearly a turnover there, but that is outstanding. Cam Bairstow, how good he's been on the glass. He's scoring the ball well, but his defense is underrated. And as we saw there, that was outstanding one-on-one defense.
And the result of that physicality, he did his work early before Reith caught the ball, didn't he, Pete? And as a result, that post catch was out near the 3-point line.
9 to use on the shot clock. Sunday Detch, tough bucket, pulled down, couldn't drop it. Illawarra, Jessup hands it over, Froling, back to Jessup, see if he wants an early look. The flick to Froling was delightful, pocket bounce pass, and Froling with the finish.
It was a great 1-2 game. Looked like he was running out of room, Jessup. Perfect pass to Sam Froling, caught it with the left, went straight to the non-preferred right hand. Good finish.
Mitch McCarron. The flick into the corner, still 9 on the shot clock for the 36ers. Is the man who's been a bit to say during the week. Brian Goorjian, 6-time championship winning coach. When he speaks, you listen, and they have listened this week. Whether they can put it on the court, we all want to see. Cause the turnover here, and they get the ball back. Tyler Harvey, Sam Froling. Jessup, Froling. Froling into the paint, handed it up to Cleveland, danced in, back out, Reith. He's going to have to put it up. 2 on the shot clock. Tough fadeaway 2. Nowhere near it.
I'll tell you what, credit Mitch McCarron for that defensive stop there for the Adelaide 36ers. Ends up being a shot clock violation, but it was McCarron that blew up that play right from the very get-go. The Hawks going back to Justinian Jessup, but the work off the ball from Macca denied him that catch and broke up the play.
Here is Macca, Mitch McCarron. Oh, it's stolen. Brilliant steal. Pocket pick. And just an easy layup from Tyler Harvey. Didn't want to be too demonstrative. He was kind for the 36ers.
Doesn't have to be. Nice, easy basket to get himself on the board. Read the passing lanes perfectly. It's going to be a bit too overzealous there. Antonius Cleveland. LA 36ers, when you talked about Mitch McCarron's defense, they've got a great defensive backcourt. Mitch McCarron's shown over the past few years he can be a real tough defensive stopper. Add a healthy Sunday Dech to that lineup, and they can really make opposition guards' life a bit tough.
Withers, the shot clock winding down, lost it, got it back, picked it up, and rebound Bairstow, got them all in the air, through the foul, will go to the line.
This is the point I'm making about Cam Bairstow on the offensive glass, one of the very best in the competition. His work with his body in those situations, and that's a couple of early offensive boards for Bear to begin this one.
It's just been outstanding. I've seen him play for the Hawks over his time, and last time I did a little awards watch, put him in the best sixth man category. I might have to take him out now because he's starting and producing. I can't see him going back to the bench. Obviously, Isaac Humphries not 100%, so he's out for a little bit. But Cam Bairstow has just been a revelation. And as Liam has spoke about in the past, it's a bit of a risk versus reward with who wanting to sign him. But right now, it's paying off dividends.
He's found the fountain of youth, Cam Bairstow, and his career 67% from the free throw line, but he's dropping all of those at the moment as well. Put both in there. Cleveland goes to work, reaches into his bag of tricks, and there's the man we're speaking of, Cam Bairstow with another rebound. Daniel Johnson hands it up. Sunday Dech. Daniel Johnson, Sam Froling in his grill, double team, hands it back to Sunday, who lost it, the steal, this time Cleveland, hanging off the hoop.
Well, he's done well to hold on to the rim there, Antonius Cleveland, a bit of contact, and that looks, it could have been potentially scary, but good steal, good push ahead, threw the ball straight out, only took one dribble, another turnover, another breakaway.
McCarron, tough turn and shoot, rebound, Withers, makes it work. Nice contest early. Here is Cleveland. Hands it up. Reef. And the floater rims out the Froling. Pulls down the rebound. And they get another go at it. The Hawks. Cleveland. All right now. They're up and running.
A couple of buckets for Cleveland, one in transition, stepping up and knocking down that three, coming off a bit of a rough night in the loss to the Wildcats. Feel good getting some early points on the board.
Sunday Dech. Put the shot up. McCarron rebounds it. Thought about giving it back to him. Bairstow, McCarron. The 36ers get a second go at it. And Dech fouled.
Well, they're one-on-one defense, the Hawks, and here's Antonius Cleveland. Look at him push the ball out in front of him to get away from the two defenders chasing. Did well to hang on there, and then just settles. They're not going to fully respect his throw ball until he makes a couple. But the one-on-one half-court defense has been great from the Hawks. They've been helping each other out, but they've given up 4 offensive rebounds. You've got to limit the 36ers to one shot. Because yes, your defense has looked better. That's what Brian Goorjian's asked for, but you're going to have to keep playing defense for so much longer than you need to. And that's Mitch McCarron's third turnover, throwing it straight to CJ Bruton, which a few years ago wouldn't be a bad option.
He could have put it in from there. He led the scoring both seasons for Illawarra, ex-Hawk as well.
Did some incredible things in a number of different jerseys over the course of his 6-time championship winning career, CJ, but certainly a few really good seasons in this building.
58 games for Illawarra, the great CJ Bruton coaching the 36ers this season. Tyler Harvey in the meantime hands it up to Froling in the deep. This time it's Harry.
That's his game. Harry Froling, pick and pop. Make the defense pay from long range. Shown some really good signs in his last few games.
Daniel Johnson under the bucket. Little up fake didn't quite work for Clay Soto, and it goes in the end with a little help from his friends. Matan May's out there now, and the scoop was delightful.
It was the kind of instant impact Matan Mays has off the bench. Got it in his hands, ability to make plays off the dribble. It's right to the cup.
Hannahs goes back, gets it again. Dusty into the paint, fake, up off the glass, gets another couple.
Oh, mate, something out of nothing there. Again, good defense containment with your body. Had the mismatch with Harry Froling on him and just put his foot down, tried to get around him. Good step through.
Harry Froling thought about giving it to his brother. Gets it in the corner, up fake. Got to get Soto in the air. Shot clock winding down. Soto with the rebound. McCarron takes on three of them. Tough bucket. Beautiful to watch.
That was tough. Tough finish. That right hand extended, and just a little flick for the finger roll, high off the glass.
Matan Mays saw a gap, but there wasn't really one. Got it rejected. Daniel Johnson getting in his way. Still with 3 seconds left. A Hawks ball. 2:21 left in a very even first. Monday night basketball from the Wynn Entertainment Centre in Illawarra. Hungry Jacks NBL 22 round 8 with 30 games coming to you in 25 days. Great to be in the middle of that basketball feast. Jessup, airball. Froling. Oh, you are kidding. Nearly.
It's a play. They're going to get it back, Illawarra. That's a heads-up play by Harry Froling. Awareness of the shot clock and the fact that hoist from Jessup from three-point territory didn't touch any rim. So no reset, had to get it up, make contact with the rim now, give him a chance to get it back.
Cleveland. John Mays. And draws the foul. Antonius Cleveland. Did he get the continuation? He did. No.
Antonius Cleveland, we talk about the depth of a team like the Illawarra Hawks, the way they need to start to build their defense. He's going to be the guy who has to lead that. His athleticism, what he can do on the defensive end, both containing and playing off the ball, using his length, getting in the lanes. He's already got the 1 steal breakaway tonight. But he can be a huge defensive presence, and then everybody else has to come along for the ride.
From Memphis, Tennessee. You're never going to be the greatest entertainer ever from Memphis, Tennessee, are you? Given that's Elvis territory.
Paid a visit to Graceland.
Yeah.
With the New Zealand Breakers. Taking on the Grizzlies, yeah. RJ Hampton. And those NBL, NBA games, just hope we get them back.
Yes.
Next year.
Sort of talk that there might be an NBA team or two come to Australia for a game, which would be nice. Kai Soto goes up and drops it.
Strong finish from Soto. Played really well in his 16 minutes the other day against Melbourne United. Soto, good strong finish right there at the rim.
Saw a gap, but there wasn't one. And jammed it. Speaking of entertainment, from Antonius Cleveland.
That's the athleticism we're talking about. Look at the explosiveness. Took the one dribble, just split the defense. Everybody was stuck in the mud and absolutely exploded to the rim.
Good game to watch right now. Poke towards the bucket by Kai Soto. 1 minute left.
Cam Bairstow is eating offensive rebounds for fun. Just so hard. If you don't get a body on him, he will find a way to at least have some impact on that rebound.
Harry Froling with the up fake, then the look away, and another jam. This is fun to watch.
These are the skills.
You up, Reith.
These are the skills of big Harry Froling on display. The ability to step out and knock it in from long range, but can also put it on the deck and play make a little.
Soto circa halfway down. 2 for 1 on offer here. Here for Tom Mays, gets it up early, spins under the bucket, draws a foul, and will go to the line. Xavier Florida State, where he went to high school. His father, Theron, played for the 76ers and the Clippers. Played with Charles Barkley. Did Xavier Mays' dad. Be some stories.
So he played for the 76ers and the Clippers.
Yeah. And
Charles Barkley.
did a couple of trips to some other clubs too.
Is it Lynette Copeland?
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Ended up going to Canada to coach over there, which is why Xavier's essentially Canadian.
That disqualifies Copes.
Rattan Mays, I think because of his eligibility at the time, played prep school with Andrew Wiggins, another Canadian player. So he's got the talent. And we've seen it on show so far in NBL 22. Just another great pickup, great signing for the Illawarra Hawks.
He himself 5 NBA games for Memphis, Xavier Rattan Mays. Little spin move was Bairstow. Under the bucket, couldn't get it to finish. Dusty Hannes pulls it back out. Dying seconds. You can see the shot clock, game clock differential. There's a couple of seconds in it. Joop Reef eats up a few of them. Little push and shove. Harry Froling, Daniel Johnson. Bit of exaggeration on that one, Harry. Bit of exaggeration on that one, Harry, was the call.
Two ex-teammates who know each other very well. Good mates from the time together in Adelaide. Harry Froling and Daniel Johnson.
Do you know that for sure? Yeah, good mate.
So, the seconds tick down. Mitch McCarron scoops it up off the glass. Pulled back down by Harry. Gonna have to get the shot up here quickly. Cleveland on the buzzer. Got a little sneaky look at it. Fantastic opening quarter. Wynn Entertainment Centre in Illawarra. Monday night basketball. Hawks lead 23-19. Time, Wynn Entertainment Centre in Illawarra. Hawks lead 23-19, 4-point margin. Monday night basketball, Hungry Jacks, NBL 22 season in the middle of a 30-game and 25-day run. If you want to be a chance to win a $50 Kmart gift card, thanks to our Kmart fam cam, do exactly what Rachel Amanatidis did. We jumped through hoops to attend a basketball game, and even though the family's divided by whose side we go for, we always have a ball. So congratulations to you, Rachel.
I think Gorge will be pretty happy with that first quarter. Keep Adelaide under 20. They can do that all game long. They'll be in the 70s somewhere, and that'll be a good result. And then, as Pete pointed out in that first quarter, had a little trouble finishing those defensive possessions.
Exactly.
Through Reed at the rim. 7 offensive rebounds for Adelaide in that first quarter, and 3 of them were from Cam Bairstow, so they need to tidy that up, the Hawks, at the defensive end.
McCarron gave it some thought. Daniel Johnson, I think, was called for the bump with Tim Conrad. Sam Froling looking on as we head downstairs to Joe Healy.
Yeah, thanks. Was just listening into the 36ers there at quarter time. CJ Bruton just saying stay relaxed to his guys. He spoke specifically to Dusty Hannahs about Antonius Cleveland and just said he's seen him driving far too much. So they'll really want to tighten that up in defense. Offensively, expect them to get the ball inside, check their options and look to kick it.
Turnover. Yeah, good point, Joe. And we'll continue to head down to you with those timeout discussions, but making them pay down the other end, Sam Froling for another turnover.
Well, it's back-to-back possessions to start the second quarter where really one ball screen on the wing.
Bairstow.
It's really just made the defense collapse and they're getting an easy bucket. They got the offensive rebound the first time. The second time is good knockdown from Withers. They've just got to lock in defensively. That's why CJ Bruton took Dusty Hannahs out. He wasn't happy with the defensive containment, and they're going to need to be a lot better than that.
Early timeout in this second quarter being called, and it's been an interesting little process, the whole defensive aspect and what Illawarra should and shouldn't be doing.
Well, these are some of the situations that Gorgian hasn't been happy about with his team at the defensive end. This is from the game against Perth the other night. This is that second quarter. You see Bryce Cotton on the drive here. Look at Harry Froling here. Now, Harry, in front of you there is a 4-time scoring champion. That guy in the corner is Majuk. He's a 0% three-point shooter over the course of his career because he's never attempted a 3 in his 140 NBL games. So you leave him. You help out on the MVP, and you've got to be ready to rotate. And what happens is when you don't rotate, you start to create a lack of trust in your teammates. So Justinian Jessup here, he's got 2 shooters, Blanchfield, Michael Fraser. He needs to not stunt, not worry at all about Fraser in the corner and go to Blanchfield, but a moment of hesitation because he doesn't think his teammate's going to be there. 4-point play results. Now, it's been a little bit better today. Here, look at the rotations here. Double team, rotate, and then the turnover results, and Antonius Cleveland gets out in transition. So a little bit better response so far in this one.
Nicely explained by former NBL player Liam Santamaria, number 1 journo in the game. Justinian Jessup from way outside, let it fly. Bairstow. McCarron gets inside, goes to the corner. Harry Froling, the rebound. And behind the back, little spin, but he's going to go all the way home there. Gets it back, up fake, gave it some thought, handed it up. Might get the rebound, doing it all. Justinian Jessup, the up fake. Front of the rim, back at him. And jump ball's been called, and there's been calls. If you get the jump ball, back into the jump ball.
Well, Harry Froling showing a bit of the handle out on the break.
Possession arrow, by the way, for this one.
Looked like he for a second there. A bit of rush of blood, was going to let it fire, and then just hang on. That's not what I do.
Well, this is what I think has been good for Harry Froling this season. He just has sharpened up that decision-making a little bit. You know, that play didn't result in a turnover. When he tried to bail it out and looked at the corner, it was covered, held onto it, found an open guy. So things just slowing down and becoming slightly more efficient for Harry this season under Brian Gorgian.
Which McCarron hasn't been letting them fly yet. Hands it to Sunday Detch. Johnson almost kicked away. Off your own foot.
Bounce off your foot.
Job Withers argues the point, but he's not going to win that one.
Forward, mate. Harry, down here, please.
27-22. Hawks led by 4 at quarter time if you just joined us. Tyler Harvey. Sam Froling, half the C's, and jammed it.
Good decision. Sam Froling, easy decision in the end. Caught it on the short roll. As you said, the C's parted. just took advantage.
Mitch McCarron to the corner. They need a reply, and they get one. Sunday Detch.
Boy, he has been shooting well since he came back. Doing all that work with Brett Maher. Better way to learn, and obviously knows this gym as well. And it's a shooter's gym. All the greats say that.
Sam to Harry for three. Backyard stuff.
Again, Sam, short roll, good decision. They closed off the driving lane that time, helped off the corner, and Harry able to knock it in.
Another turnover. Mitch McCarron not happy.
This is that play from out of bounds. Watch Tyler Harvey. Look how high he brings this ball, knowing that Cam Bairstow is going to aggressively show, gets rid of it quickly. Then you've got to make a decision. Daniel Johnson makes the wrong one, and it's a wide open duck. Very next play, very similar. They try and stop Sam Froling, makes the extra pass, but that's really good guard awareness from Tyler Harvey, knowing what the defense is going to do and capitalising.
Almost the rebound, but they get it back. Harry. Everyone's wild about Harry.
Having a good time. Big Harry Froling and the Illawarra crowd enjoying it.
Timeout called.
9 points now for Harry. 3 of 3 from long range, 4 boards. A dime dropped off to Duop Reed. He has had himself a nice little first half. Here's Sam Froling finding his brother in the corner. Beautiful Froling connection like in the backyard. Playing boys against girls, and then here Froling, the younger version, tracks it down and finds its way to Harry, and he drills it from long range.
Just to explain the boys against girls thing, because of course, what a family it is. Sisters Keely and Alicia, Father Shane, Mother Jenny. Some good DNA.
I mean, we can talk a little bit about 2-on-2 with the Frolings. I'm not convinced that the blokes get up there, because Alicia and Keely,
That's 3-on-3.
well, there you go. Another one, I'm not convinced. You'd think they're probably, but they're, especially Keely and Alicia, they can flat out go. They are genuine superstars. They had their work cut out from every Christmas.
Purple snub.
Oh, big time.
It's a bit of a surprise.
Australian basketball royalty, the Froling family. And a few tipping bigger things. Harry's been great tonight for Sam as well.
Well, he's having a great season, and he has a whole lot of upside. Still a lot of growth in his game to come. Terrific environment there under Brian Goorjian. And so is Harry. Both of them having a big impact here in this first half.
Over to you, Mitch McCarron. Lead the comeback for the 36ers. He's got it in his hand now. 5 on the shot clock. Might be his to spend. Dances in, 2 against him.
Black 10. Push. It's on the park.
So drew the foul, and the foul being called on Justinian Jessup.
He's trying to make something happen. Good pressure defense from the Hawks, because they tried to set 3 on-ball screens, and they kept having to deny it because of the way they were pressuring the ball. That'll make Brian Goorjian very happy.
Threw it up there for the alley-oop. Didn't quite work, but they draw the foul. Kai Soto, 35-25 as it stands right now. Brian Goorjian has called for a timeout. He's going to challenge
Well,
this.
he's not happy. I mean, he's not happy at all, Brian Goorjian.
Coach's challenge.
He is going to challenge him.
That's it. Look, he's straight away. He knew he wasn't happy with it, so he must have had a crack at the Wordle today. Wasn't happy with that. If you have a crack at it, it's not a good Wordle today.
It was a rough Wordle.
It's just not on, to be honest.
Replay center.
And Brian Goorjian clearly unhappy.
Put a warning. Play
Taking me into a world I know nothing about. 35-25. They're challenging the call, and it's an early use of the coach's challenge. 6 minutes left in the second. But he knows his stuff. Gorge, 6-time championship winner, Australian Olympic bronze medal winning coach. Here's the replay center, what they're looking at to work it all out.
Floated past to Kai Soto, and Harry just kind of backed his way in there. Soto did get his left arm involved over the top of Harry, but geez, I'd be surprised if they overturn that.
I'm with you. And Harry Froling, he's in a tough spot because he did it right. See him stunt and try and get back, but in the end, without even realising it, he's made that contact as Kai Soto has left the ground, trying to get that little tip in.
Soto gets away with just a little shove, a little well-timed shove in the back that went unnoticed. Really, it's just an athletic contest, to be honest, but he does come into the proverbial athletic contest. Not above the rim in any way, shape or form, but he does kind of just back into Koto's landing space.
Here we go. Find out the decision.
Coach's challenge is unsuccessful. The foul on 31 was there. 2 shots.
Probably no worse place and time to say that a coach's challenge has been unsuccessful in front of that man right there, Brian Goorjian, because he went quickly for it. And again, as you said, Liam, Harry Froling really isn't aware of the contact he's making because he's looking at Daniel Johnson until he makes it. And if Kai Sotto stays down, maybe that doesn't get called, but Kai Sotto left to try and get that tip in.
Kai Sotto is only 25% from the free throw line, so 1 of 4 this season. He could have saved a challenge for later, but now none to spend.
Certainly wasn't a picture of confidence, the official, as he was announcing.
I couldn't imagine a worse one because Brian Goorjian isn't a great strike rate with his challenges. And he went quickly, and he always, every time he does challenge, he goes aggressive too. He says, "You're challenging that, you are 100% wrong." So it's probably the one that you just tell the broadcast, look straight ahead and just let the play tell Brian Goorjian that he was unsuccessful.
We got 2 in the end because he got 3 chances out of Kai Sotto. Harry Froling, Justinian Jessup, Tyler Harvey. Look away to Sam Froling, looks back. Harvey. And called on Dusty Hannes. Dusty Hannes starting off the bench from Little Rock, Texas Tech. 4 points, no rebounds, 1 assist in the loss to Melbourne United a few nights ago. Sam, baseline, jam. Wow.
If you don't mind, Sam Froling, the quick spin on Soto and a hammer dunk to finish.
Dusty straight down the other end. Soto tried to make amends. Froling picked it up, threw it up. Cleveland hands it back. Harvey off the glass. Crowd out of their seats. Turned it on now, the Hawks. Dusty Hannes. Mitch McCarron. See if one of those 2 can start filling it up. Back to Dusty. Steps it in on Tyler Harvey. Went to the basket, drew the foul, and we'll go to the line. Dusty Hannes, and he's pretty good from the line. 20 of 21 so far this season.
Little showtime there. Tyler Harvey, but that dunk from Sam Froling. That was an incredible play. The quick spin and get up and avoid the shot blocker in Kai Sotto. That was cheeky.
21 of 22 from the free throw line this season now, Dusty Hannes. About sporting blood. Father Gerald, star Major League Baseball pitcher with the LA Dodgers. He's got that in his blood. And Dusty actually named Dusty after Major League Baseball legend Dusty Baker, who Hannah's father played with. So Sam Froling gets a rest. We head down to Joe Healy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Duop Reith hasn't been on the Hawks bench for a couple of minutes now. He's back in the locker room just being checked out by the Hawks medics. It looks like he's maybe had a knock to the knee or ankle. He was lying down. He's now walking the corridor, so no confirmation as yet as to whether he'll return. Although AJ Ogilvie, as you can see, has been brought into the rotation. So I'll try and keep you updated as soon as I can.
Thanks for that, Joe. We'll keep an eye on that. Then Duop Reith, big part of their picture.
It is big. You're going to miss him if he can't go. Interesting to see AJ Ogilvie get out there, though. Hasn't really been part of the rotation. Talk about losing 3 of their last 4. He was a DNP in each one of those losses. As the 36ers turn it over. Ball's going to go the other way.
11.
Talk about, Goorjian wants, here's that Sam Froling dunk, if you don't mind. Just Times it beautifully. Quick spin, puts it in the right hand, and then brings it back to the left. Gets Cronk after throwing it down with authority.
Harvey King trying to stop Antonius Cleveland. He's got the rock. Hands it up. Justinian Jessup. Up fake. Long two on offer. Gave it up. Harry Froling gives it up. Tom Mays gives it up to Harry. Has dropped another one.
Well, this is what he can do. Once he starts knocking a couple down, starts feeling really good about himself. 4 and 4 from outside. Again, well defended from the 36ers for the majority of that possession, but Harry Froling's feeling good from the 3.
Soto trying to give them something down the other end. Soto, who didn't play in the win over Perth, the 16 minutes, 9 rebounds, 6 points against Melbourne United.
Speak about changing hands. That was nicely done by Soto. Throw back to his right hand for that finish as he got behind the backboard.
Cleveland pulled it back out, gave it to Atam Mays. Harry Froling, big check. How hot is Harry?
Well, why not? As you said, this is what he can do. We know he can stroke it. Got a wide open one to get going. That last one before that was contested. Now it doesn't matter. Well, that might be 2 shots. Good awareness there from Mojave King. Trying to throw it towards the hoop, and we know I haven't seen a whole lot of Mojave King, but I really think he can have an impact and try and get his minutes to grow from the defensive end. He's got the athleticism. We've seen him trying to get up the floor. Moritan Mays. That's somewhere that CJ Bruton, if he can trust you on the defensive end, then the rest of your game will start to flow.
Speaking of getting some flow into your game, this is fun to watch from Harry Froling. 15 points, no other player in double figures. 5 of 5 from long range.
Down to the record. Let's see where he's headed with the 5 out of 5 as in his history and Illawarra Hawks' recent history as well this season. Can't wait that he puts the 6-1 up. Zahn Mays. Here he is. Gave it some thought, giving it to Harry. Harry's got it now. Daniel Johnson on him. Grab on him to put it up.
That's going to be an offensive
Turnover for the...
He doesn't like it, but that's the old veteran. Try and use your backside to lift the ball up on a handoff and create that space. And that play right there. So they had all the movement back and forth, side to side. It ended in what we call the Spanish offense, which is a ball screen and then a back screen on the big. And normally you have a guard shooter like a Tyler Harvey Jessup setting that back screen so they're open for the pop. It was Harry Froling in that position. So they were trying to get him another bucket as Cleveland.
Cleveland's done it again. Great entertainers from Memphis, Tennessee. Mojave King straight back at you with his own jam. Good contest to watch at the moment. 36ers hanging around. They did beat Perth a few games ago after a 31-day layoff, the 36ers. Tough attempt at that bucket. Daniel Johnson pulls it down. Big 2 minutes 20 coming up to halftime here. Sunday Detch hands it up. Bairstow gives it up. Daniel Johnson time and drops it.
They needed that. Adelaide, couple of just settling buckets here to cut it back towards single digits before halftime. Big 3-point hit from DJ.
Harry Froling. Tyler Harvey, he's part of the C's, pokes it up Tyler Harvey style. Another big chance after the stop for the 36ers. Bairstow, hottest man in the 36ers outfit for the last 2 games and stays hot here. Gives them another 2.
Sam, you in?
That's been a great response on the 36ers. Daniel Johnson hitting a much needed 3-ball. That's been a strength of his to be able to pick and pop and stroke it. Coming into this game, it was just 8 of 32.
Harry Froling coming off to a huge round of applause. Sam Froling coming back on. Great to see so many in the house here at the Wynn Entertainment Centre in Illawarra for some Monday night Hungry Jacks NBL. Harvey gets away from Mojave King, and that's better. That's exactly what he does. Gets into the paint and floats it nicely on the move. Mitch McCarron holds it up. See if Mitch does likewise. Finger rolls it in nicely with the scoop.
Bit of jelly, Dwayno. That's a bit of jelly there on Mitch McCarron. But see, Daniel Johnson, that's a bit of a veteran, just sitting right underneath with the defense behind him, opening the lane up. Mitch McCarron to hit the scoop.
Tyler Harvey to the corner. Gets it back for three. Bam! He needed that.
He's getting going. Tyler Harvey, highlighted in pre-game. They need him to be aggressive offensively. Get into his floater game, get into his three-point game. Now, and he's ticking the scoreboard over 9 points, 50% from the field to go with his 3 assists and 2 steals.
CJ Bruton not happy at all with Mojave King. Giving it a bit of a spray. Talking about the other end, and that was losing Tyler Harvey. You got to stay locked in. One thing Tyler Harvey does well, always on the move. He's always hunting that space to get his shot off. And if he makes an aggressive move and passes it off, you can't relax, because what it means is most likely he's going to find a screen on the other side, keep sprinting, set his feet, and let it fly.
He's got to his spots those last 3 possessions, really, hasn't he? The 2 in a row was the floater. One he missed, one he made, and then there from three-point territory.
Yeah, it's been talked about quite a bit, what kind of Tyler Harvey we're going to get for the rest of the season. Just 11 points in the loss to Perth, including being 1 of 9 from three-point territory. He's found his form again in this one so far. 50-42. 41 seconds left in the half as we sneak in on CJ Bruton.
Again, get attached, guys. Fight over. Bigs be up where you can be, and then you push back. Again, hand above ball. They're going 2 for 1 right now. So this is yellow to hustle for. Yellow to hustle for. Slow them down so they don't get that early one. Yellow, keep the game in front of us. The ball comes here. Contain it. The second guy here, if he comes this way, you guys just switch it. The second line have got someone matched up. When it crosses half court, it is hustle 4. That's a wrap hustle if it's a shooter. If not, you're good. On the offensive end, let's go Celtic. Yep, Celtic.
Harry's back in the game.
Celtic Olay. Celtic Olay. Here we go. 6-3. 1, 2, 3.
So the start of that timeout, CJ Bruton saying he needs his guards to be able to fight over the screens. You can't just rely on the big guys, whatever they're in, whether it's drops, they're at the level, whether they're showing aggressively. You can really nullify all that by fighting over the screen, not getting screened. And then after that, it's about just containing and not falling asleep, as we said, on the likes of Tyler Harvey, their elite guards.
Cal Bruton, what an absolute legend there to watch his son in action.
And he knows there's going to be a 2 for 1, a bit of a hustle 4, so be prepared for some switching from the Sixers to try and blow this up.
Harry Froling's back out there. They let him free, almost to their detriment. Sam Froling pulls it back out, and they get another go at it. 36ers will get it back. You can see the shot clock, game clock differential. And the foul. Sunday Detch happy to take it. 4 seconds left. 14 now, 21.2. Crowd gives silence. Shot clock winding down. Up fake. Tough fadeaway. And the air ball. He was there, Sam Froling. Shot clock violation anyway. 4 seconds left. Had to put it up. Big finish to the half for the 36ers. Play it again, DJ. Need more of that in the second half.
Great finish to the half for Adelaide. Good individual defense from Mojave King on Xavier Rattan-Mays. That final possession made it a tough look. They eventually cleared it, and then Besto heads up play. A couple of dribbles, pushes it out, finds Johnson. Whack, he drills it from three-point territory.
Let's head down to Joe Healy.
Yeah, cheers. I've got Harry Froling with me. Harry, a massive impact off the bench for you in that half. 5 of 5 from deep. What is working for you out there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just playing my role here. figuring out a long go. I'm not in a hurry from the last few years, so coming out and just trying to do my thing and contribute where I can. We got to get some stops to win this game.
Yeah, they close the gap to 5 there. What do you need to do in the second half and tighten things up?
Yeah, obviously, Duop's gone down for a little bit. We don't know how long he'll be out, but we just got to turn it up defensively, make sure we stay in it on defense and on balls and clean up the easy ones. They're just getting too many offensive boards. I think they had 7 in the first quarter. That's too many.
Go and catch your breath. Good luck for the second half. So it's the Hawks by 5 here in Wollongong. Plenty more still to play out though. We'll be back after the break with more from the Hungry Jacks NBL.
Half-time win Entertainment Centre in Illawarra. Hawks led by 4 at quarter time, opened up a double-digit lead in the second quarter, and the 36ers fought back to bring it back to 5 as we look at our Hungry Jacks highlights to half-time.
Fun first half. High-scoring second quarter. Illawarra's defence at times leading to some transition opportunities, but every time they look like they're going to pull away, the Adelaide 36ers fight back. They came with some answers along the way. Some highlight players from Antonius Cleveland, but a high-scoring second quarter. 27 for Illawarra, 26 for Adelaide. The Frollings are having themselves a nice night, but the Adelaide 36ers, Pete, they're hanging tough.
Well, they are. I've been really impressed with not responding just once, but multiple times. When I look like the Hawks could potentially blow this game wide open, this lets them go to halftime with a lot of momentum, but really good resilience shown from the Athlete 36ers. Todd Withers has been good. He's shown little sparks trying to be aggressive. He's getting on the offensive glass. Mitch McCarron doing a bit of everything. But Harry Frolling's been the main story. Antonius Cleveland showing what they can do when they pick up their defensive pressure and get out and run. They have to clean up the offensive glass themselves because they're giving up a few overboards to the 36ers. But overall, I'll be pretty happy with that, Adelaide.
Look at the shooting percentages for Adelaide. We're 51, 62, 100% or 80%, sorry, from the free throw line. They're great. 9 turnovers. Coughing it up a little too much and giving up some offensive rebounds.
Little bit of Adele, Froling in the deep. 5 of 5 from outside the arc. What a show he's put on.
Oh, Harry has been unbelievable. First time he's ever made 5 threes in a game. So far he's done it without missing. Just stepping up, picking and popping, knocking it down. He shows a little bit of versatility for his skill set. Fakes it, puts it on the deck, sets up his teammate. The Froling connection working beautifully for Illawarra. Harry has made 9 of his last 10 threes.
Wow.
When you go back beyond this game. And as a result, he has put together a spectacular first half. And we spoke about his decision making. Just improving a little bit this year. He said it's not the same Harry as you've seen for the last 2 years. There you see 5 of 5 from long range, missed 1 from inside. That is a very nice first half from the big fella.
SodaStream shot chart looks pretty so far for Harry Froling to halftime. Now, he played it down to Joe Healy at halftime, how good he was going, but was this a little bit of a wink on the way just to let the world know that I'm going okay, or was there sweat in his eye?
Oh, jeez. I think that's a wink. Oh, that's got to be a bit of sweat. But again, you wouldn't be surprised if Harry Froling was giving a wink. I mean, if you're 5 of 5 from deep at halftime, when else can you wink?
That's not a wink.
That's a bit of sweat, surely. Surely. Oh, maybe a bit of mayo, a bit of both from Harry Froling.
Okay. Sam's been going okay as well.
Very nice.
He's been great, Sam Froling, and obviously not shooting the ball like Harry, like his brother, but he does everything else well. Gets to the right position, finishes extremely well with both hands, and then finds himself on the offensive glass, as we said, gets to the right spots, and he's just a tough cover, playing with extreme confidence. And look at this, making good decisions when he gets the ball. Obviously, it's a lot easier when defense plays like a matador on that, but look at this one. Quick spin, get upstairs. Kai Soto, so that's a great start, and the Froling boys are enjoying themselves.
I really like the playmaking, decision-making from Sam as well. 3 assists. The pick and the short roll, that's like Mitch Creek, Finn Delaney kind of territory, using him nicely.
Halftime, 5-point lead. If you want to play in your backyard like the Frolings, well, Bunnings Warehouse are giving you the chance to do it. You can win your very own court at home. Enter now at win.nbl.com.au/Bunnings.
36ers by 5 points. I've got Brian Gorgon with me. Gorge, short brief sat for much of that second quarter. Will we see him in the second half?
It doesn't look good right now for this game, so we're preparing. The halftime was prepared for him not playing.
It looked as though you were going to blow them out at one point in that second quarter, but they managed to hang on. What do you need to do to finish this off?
Well, I think it's the history. We've had really good patches, and when we get ahead, we get comfortable. And, what got us there, on-ball defense, stops and running, we went away from in the second quarter. We stopped getting stops, and that put pressure on us, and then rebounding's huge. So, need to maintain. We keep going like this and then dropping. We got to get those drops out of our game.
Good luck for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Great stuff, Jojo Healy with Brian Gorgon, and Sam Froling quickly to the bucket, gets it early too.
That's a nice start at the offensive end. And just speaking of Gorge's concerns there defensively, Adelaide shot 8 from 12 from the field in that second quarter, 4 of 6 from 3. They had 5 turnovers, but got a lot of really good looks.
Duop Reith puts it up. Justinian Jessup was in his grill. Harry pulls down the rebound.
Sunday Detch letting that fly for Adelaide. It was hot to begin with, but his first miss from long range right there.
Brings out, pulled down the rebound.
Tyler Harvey, that hesitation, lost Mitch McCarron, got to his sweet spot. That's where he lets a floater go anywhere from inside the 3, really. No one came to him. Made the unselfish decision to Cleveland, and then he found Harry Froling. Probably the only thing that could have cooled Harry Froling down was the halftime break.
Air ball from Daniel Johnson, quickly down the floor to Sam Froling again. So no Duop Reith likely for the Hawks in this second half, but hasn't made a difference so far.
That is Kevin Love-esque from Harry Froling. Gets the rebound on the Daniel Donut sign and launches a two-handed chest pass to his brother over Daniel Johnson. That was exceptional. That is exactly how you want your big man to outlet the ball.
Sunday Jetch handed it up. Could have gone for home himself. Antonius Cleveland weaved his way past them. Sunday Jetch to take it back down the floor.
Missed the layup, but that's what Gorgon's talking about in his chat with Joe, saying our on-ball pressure worked well in the first quarter and created opportunities for us. In action and on display right there.
Sunday had to put it up. Couldn't get it to fall. Harry Froling wandering his way past a couple of them. Tyler Harvey gets some time to use it wisely. Withers with him, handed it up. Justinian Jessup. Daniel Johnson with the rebound. Sunday's had a couple fly that haven't dropped early in this third. Mitch McCarron, Bairstow to the corner, and this is huge. Doesn't drop, that was huge as well. Rebound from Daniel Johnson. He will go to the line where he's pretty good from the line, 80%.
Here's that outlet pass that I was talking about from Harry Froling. Comes up with the rebound here. Off no steps, just two-handed chest pass.
Beautiful.
To his brother, outletting the floor. Look at that, on the money over Daniel Johnson. He but just gives up in the end, and then Sam Froling gets the easy 2.
80% from the free throw line. Daniel Johnson, more points, more rebounds than any other active player in the NBL. Been ultra reliable. Just 8 points in his last game. That loss, both teams coming off losses.
Another shot at Dusty Hannahs on the bench there. The 36ers need more from him in this second half. 3 points in that first term, no assists. Need him to come out and make some things happen.
Cleveland, tough attempt at the bucket. Rebound pulled down by Sam Froling. It was there for him, and he missed the bunny. Mitch McCarron. Daniel Johnson. Through the hands of Kai Sotto. Harry Froling thought about going coast to coast. He's 5 from 5. And the foul, 5 from 5 from outside the arc. Antonius Cleveland fouled on the way to the hoop.
Again, that's the decision making I'm talking about with Harry Froling. Good job pushing it down that middle cylinder. And in previous years, we'd see things get a little out of control. Maybe an offensive foul, a turnover, an ill-advised shot. but just slows it down a little bit and moves the ball, and the ball eventually finds the open man down low. And good couple of minutes again here to start the second half for Big Harry.
Mention Dusty Hannah's production. Now he's coming off the bench. When he checked into the game, you see the anxiousness of the way he was playing. He was trying to make things happen a bit off the dribble. I'd like to see him be able to come in and they run a couple sets for him. You know, he's got that reputation to be that knockdown shooter. So get him a couple of open looks, or at least run him off those sets to try and get him one to feel good. He ran into a couple of help defenders and tried to force things a little too much. He's a real confidence player, I should say. Once he gets a couple to go, then he starts feeling good.
With us, Soto steps it in, puts it up, draws a foul.
I'm enjoying seeing Kai Soto part of this Adelaide rotation in recent weeks.
Didn't play against Perth a couple of games ago. Was that a surprise to sit the whole game?
We didn't play much at all over the course of the start of the season. He was injured, he was sitting out games and just working his way back as the 36ers came back from their big break. But 16 minutes in their last game against Melbourne, did some good work, 6 points, 9 rebounds, and then coming out here and he's got 7 and 3 so far in this one. Still learning, still has room to grow, but this is a kid with a lot of potential. Can't teach that kind of height, and you can see he's got some tools to work with.
Tyler Harvey just gives it back to him. Steps it in, hooks it in. Delightful to watch. That was pretty.
That was gorgeous from Tyler Harvey. They were trying to get through the offensive set, get the ball to Tim Conrad. That got blown up, and in the end, he had to make something out of nothing. But when it comes down to those floaters, the way he finishes, doesn't matter what foot he takes off. He's just got such a good awareness and great touch from anywhere.
Sunday Detch launches it. Sam Froling collects it. From way outside, and it drops. Crowd rise. Tyler Harvey has his shot back.
Time out, Adelaide, because Tyler Harvey's getting off the hook. Gets to his floater, and then they're able to get some room beyond three-point territory. He's got 14 now. He's 1 point off Harry as the game-leading scorer, and just can hurt you in so many ways. That's just so tough. Off the wrong foot.
You won't see it, but just up there, CJ Bruton, before Tyler Harvey even caught the ball, was calling a timeout. That's the reputation Tyler Harvey's got. He said, I need to chat to the team.
Here, the ball goes this side, and I see his numbers. Throw it there and throw it inside. That's a bucket waiting to happen. We can't get any easier. Understand the play. If you don't know it, you better ask somebody. You got to chase right now. You can't afford to get beat. Hey, come out of here. Let's go, Ole. Celtic punch. Dribble up, spread it, punch it, but play off that. Kai, you're at the rim. Macca pull behind. Play. Celtic. 6 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
A little bit of deja vu for CJ Bruton. They were down by double figures in the second quarter. Adelaide got it back to 5 at halftime. Hard to know what kind of Illawarra we're going to get for the last quarter and a half. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games this season, Illawarra. And the Adelaide 36ers beat Perth, first game after 31 days as their layoff. Awesome victory. Then lost to Melbourne United, second up, but still pretty good form. Melbourne United, genuine contender, if not championship favourite in many people's eyes.
Adelaide's been in this position a couple times in the first half and clawed their way back, hit some big shots. They're out to double digits again. Timeout was called. Can they respond once more?
Adelaide will essentially join the big guns if they win this, their 4th win. Only 2 teams in the Hungry Jacks NBL have more than 4 wins. Soto tried to drive through them. Got caught up on the way through and foul.
Making a bit of a focus focus for Kai Soto. I like it. Throwing to him in the block, seeing what he can do down there, and pick and roll there with Mitch McCarron. Draws the foul and go to the strike.
And Dwayne, you mentioned Soto not playing in that Perth game. Came out of quarantine the day before that. So we've seen that a lot with players having to come back from COVID.
Because they just think their days are done doesn't mean they're back to 100% fitness.
Correct. And even if it was potentially, we know that Adelaide had to deal with isolation requirements a lot different than just as a close contact. So if you've been locked up in your room for 7 to 10 days, maybe not had test positive, I'm not sure whether Soto had, but to come straight back out and play the next day is always a tough task as well.
Yeah, good call. Here he is at the line. Puts them both in. Back to single digits again. There's your top 5 scorers. Kai Soto creeping into the top 5. Playing a huge role. Sam Froling spins his way into a double team and got the hook up there and will go to the strike.
Really productive night. Sam Froling. 12 points, 6 of 9 from the field. He's just 2 boards away from a double-double. He's got 4 assists to go along with that. Had that 27-point game a few weeks ago, Sam Froling against Sydney, and a little bit quiet since then. Still racking up some boards, but just 5 points against Melbourne, 8 points against Perth, and tonight he's come out really aggressive, making plays off those elbow catches, ticking the scoreboard over.
This is kind of the depth that we come to expect from the Hawks. There's going to be certain games where he has those 20-plus point outings against different opposition, and then games where Tyler Harvey's going to explode. That's what they're going to be able to produce. But as we highlighted, another turnover here from the Sixers, that short roll, he's dominated in that position all night.
Hannah's had his pocket picked, and straight back down the other end, Tyler Harvey had it picked by Mitch McCarron on the way through.
And it's going to come to a point where teams are going to have to pick their poison. That short roll is getting there. Sam Froling is getting the ball because they're so worried about Tyler Harvey's ability to create off the on-ball screen. So if teams want to slow down that or pick, maybe we've got to worry about Sam Froling, then Tyler Harvey's going to get going. They've just got so many weapons. As Brian Gordon said, it's just their defense. It's Harry Froling. That is, well, he's had some easy ones from outside. He's not going to get much easier from inside. Just walks into a layup.
Such a big threat from outside. They all went with him, and he fooled a lot of them. Daniel Johnson, a little short. Rebound brought down by Tim Conrad. Hawks looking to add to this margin. Sam Froling the man. Double team. Back out to Harry to the corner. Nathan Mays hands it back up. And dropped by one of the local heroes, Tim Conrad. That's his 400th three-pointer. That's having a start he's been. And the crowd knew it, but that was 400. And the pocket pick again down the other end.
Give him a heat check. Give him a heat check on. Ton Mays. Tim Conrad was wide open.
For 6. 6 for Harry.
It's raining triples, and they are loving it, the Hawkheads. 19-point margin. Conrad for 3, Harry Froling for 3, timeout Adelaide.
There's the first one. That was the 400th for Tim Conrad. Excellent milestone. And he had a chance for another one. Tom Mays just straight back to Harry Froling, who's got himself a 20-piece nugget on the night.
That's a big milestone for Tim Conrad. Joins some absolute Illawarra greats. There you see it, 400 three-point shot made. We know he's second, or is he third all-time in games played for the Hawks, behind Matt Campbell, Ben Saville. They are the other guys to hit 400, Matt Campbell, Ben Saville, and of course big Oscar Foreman. Conrad joins that group. Flashback as well.
Matt Campbell.
Oh my God!
Did he ever take a 2? Look at that. That is an outstanding achievement.
19-point margin, 36ers at breaking strain, 3:47 left in the third. And
Yes.
speaking of the great,
And that would be Glenn Staple, I would think, just on his right. So there are the two legends sitting side by side. Got told a story by Al Westover one time, saying every time when he was the coach of the Melbourne Tigers, they would go to the Gong. Those two boys would light him up. He said he caught up with them after a game one time and said, well, what's this all about? Why do you give us the business every time? As McCarron kicks to Detch late in the shot clock. Right away for Detch. Oh, good rebound. Bairstow, he finishes that play. And apparently they told him, you didn't pick us for a state team way back in the day, and we never forgot.
I love a good grudge. And I love a person that can hold it for a while. Tyler Harvey scoops it to the corner, little up fake. Inside, handed up to Sam Froling. It's all working for Illawarra now.
They're having a bit of fun. Froling boys. They're filling it up. They've got 36 points between them. 15 rebounds and 7 assists. It's some performance.
Bairstow, tough fadeaway too. Harry pulls down the rebound. Oz can add to this lead. Crowd enjoying every second of this. Tyler Harvey backs it back out. Plenty of time to spend it wisely. Scoops it to the corner. Harry thought about it. Gave it to Sam. Give it back. Give it back. Or just go alone. Bairstow the rebound. Mitch McCarron, look away, Sunday Detch, corner, and under the bucket, a little bit of contact. And Hiram Harris on the floor, and tangle up.
This little pass to Sam, Harry to Sam. It's a nice little easy two. You're spot on, Liam. The maturity we're seeing in this game, we've seen so far this season from Harry Froling, it's second to none. Gets that skip pass. He's 6 of 7 from 3. Was very heavily contested on that, but instead of trying to force anything up, the shot clock was winding down. Just rolled the ball into his brother and said, I don't need to have a heat check like this. That's something that Brian Gorge is going to be thrilled with.
Well, he said to Joe at half-time, didn't he? So this is not the same Harry that you've seen the last couple of years. Now, I always enjoy it when someone refers to himself in the third person.
Yes.
That's firstly. And secondly, he's talking about a couple of different things. Firstly, it's the conditioning with Harry Froling. Get in good shape and you can start to put your skills on display. And then as we talk about, the second part is your decision-making. Making good decisions so that you can make high IQ plays. Detch knocks down that one from long range. Jeez, they needed that, Adelaide. And all of that working well for Harry tonight and across this season so far.
Nice 4-point play for the 36ers. Free throw, rebound, and the three. Conrad lets it roll. 401. It's a shootout right now. Harris hands it up to Detch, to Bairstow. Mitch McCarron. Look at a long thought. Takes it inside and drops it off the glass just when they needed it from their main man. Straight back down the other end, and that goes. Trading buckets left, right, and centre at Tom Mays. Bairstow. McCarron. Bairstow. 1 minute left in the third. Double team. Conrad tried to poke away. Bairstow got it back. Lost it. Conrad retrieves it. Knocks it. Little step back three. Wow. How good was that? A lot of talk this week about Tyler Harvey and his scoring capacity from outside the arc. He has driven them home in this game so far tonight.
Well, it is all going Illawarra's way in this third quarter. Brian Goorjian getting the response he wanted at the defensive end, and then they're cashing in offensively, and it's going from bad to worse for Adelaide. 30-14 since half-time.
3 of 5 from outside the arc for Tyler Harvey. Another turnover. They've got a 2-for-1 opportunity here. as well, the Hawks. Harry turns baseline, nearly banked it in, and will go to the line.
Well, a lot of stats are clear right now, but 14 turnovers from the Adelaide 36ers. You saw that last one there. Just 3 turnovers from the Hawks. They're looking after the ball. They've had 15 more field goal attempts. The Hawks have than the Adelaide 36ers. 31 of 59 compared to 19 of 44. When you come in to a team, I know they've been down on form, the Hawks, but we all know how talented they are. They're coached by the GOAT. They'll be there in the business end of the season. You've got to at least get a shot every single time down the floor to make sure that you can keep yourself in this game. They have been to the free throw line about 18 times, but 14 turnovers is just way too many.
This without Duop Reith in this second half for the Hawks. Bairstow going to have to make this one count. Sunday Detch gave it some thought back towards Bairstow. Harris in the end had it poked away. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and you see that shot clock, game clock differential. So the Hawks will get last use of it. Bairstow's going to have to get it up. Lost it. Shot clock violation. So 4.9 left for the Hawks to use.
Good hands from Tyler Harvey, the help man along the baseline. Leads the league in steals. Harvey, quick hands, quick feet, good anticipation. Blew up that play.
They're giving it to Harry here. 3 seconds
Well,
left. 4. Actually, they've added a bit more.
Take your pick. Conrad, Harvey, Froling, Jessup. Keep an eye on Tim Conrad sprinting to be a trail receiver here.
Harry from halfway. That was a heat check if you've ever seen one. 3/4 time. Win Entertainment Centre in Illawarra, and the Hawks have found a gear the 36ers don't have. Loving every second of this at the Win Entertainment Centre in Illawarra. Also come in with some iffy form, lost 3 of their past 4 games this season, but they put the foot down in that third quarter. Went from 5 points up at halftime to 22 points up at 3/4 time. And brothers Froling are doing okay.
Little Dell up the top there, good work, Josh.
Well, Splash Brothers has already taken it.
Okay. 16 and 21, combined for 37 at three-quarter time. Both 7 of 11, both 2 rebounds away from double-doubles. Harry Froling has never had a 20 and 10 game in the NBL. Sam's had 2. Both a chance tonight.
Over to you, 36ers. What have you got left? Mitch McCarron spins. Sunday Dech from the corner gives them life.
Well, it's a great start to the quarter. Mitch McCarron being a bit more aggressive, trying to make some things happen. We saw him do it a couple of times in the third quarter. When their offense starts to dry up, I think Mitch McCarron's just got to take it upon himself to try and create, get other people's shots, also look for his shot a bit more. He's only taken the 6 field goals.
Conrad with the fadeaway 2 attempt. And Sam Froling had a sneaky chance at it. It's still a Hawks ball as we head down to Joe Healy.
I was just listening into the Hawks at three-quarter time there. As you can imagine, Brian Goorjian pretty happy with their defence at the moment, given it's been spoken about in the last couple of days. His message, though, at three-quarter time was to keep this up. They really want to maintain the momentum, especially given they've got a tough one against Perth on Thursday.
Yeah, good point as Tom Mays takes it to the hoop. Besto, another rebound. Haven't given this up, the 36ers. One thing we do know about the season this year in the Hungry Jacks NBL, even when you think you know, you just don't know. Daniel Johnson puts in another 2. Still some fight.
They're going to need a big couple of minutes right here, Twano, if they are going to give themselves any kind of hope down the stretch. Adelaide can't just trade buckets. Got to sit down, get some stops defensively, fall back in this thing.
Seen a couple of comebacks from 19 points as Sam Froling goes to the hole and gets a much-needed steadying 2. Quickly down the floor, Sunday Dech, corner, 3, straight back at you.
Thank goodness for Sunday Dech. That's what Adelaide fans are feeling right now. That's 5 made triples from Sunday. 4 of 8, 5 from the field. 50% from 3.
Speaking of from 3, the wow factor of this game, and Tim Conrad's just added his own juice to it.
Once he hits one, you've got to over-close out to Tim Conrad because he doesn't need much space or time to let that thing fly. The way how high his release is, big arc on his shot, that's why it touches nothing but the bottom of the net.
Daniel Johnson under the bucket, flicked away. Hiram Harris fouled on his way, got the 2, will go to the line for the extra.
And Joe, listening to Brian Goorjian, he was saying we need the momentum going towards this game against Perth. Talk about the inconsistencies from the Hawks. Right now, they beat the Sydney Kings twice, who they've been inconsistent to start the season. They beat Adelaide, they're on the verge of beating Adelaide again, and they beat New Zealand. Besides that, they're 0-3 against the top 6 as the ladder currently stands. So Brian Goorjian knows that they need to be playing their best basketball when they come up against a team like the Wildcats that they just lost to previously, and try and carry that over.
And gets the extra. Talked about their next game as Perth in Illawarra on Thursday, the Hawks' next game. We're in a stretch of 30 games in 25 days. So Southeast Melbourne, Phoenix and Cairns, the next one coming your way tomorrow night. Brisbane and Melbourne United, Jan 26 on Wednesday, day game. From the corner, little up fake and rattle its way around. They get the stop they needed, the 36ers. Dusty Hannes behind the back, takes it to the hole, draws the foul, and Dusty is damn good from the line. He's 97% from the free throw line.
Well, he is. I mean, that's something that he set a couple records through his college years from free throw shooting. We know he's got the records from shooting the 3-ball. And just a nice patient take. The defense tried to go for the steal and the bite, put it behind his back and got downhill. He's only played the 9 minutes. 4 points now. Has missed 1 free throw tonight.
He can score quickly. We saw that pre-season when he was on fire. 36ers were on fire pre-season. Didn't lose a game the entire pre-season. Conrad. Hawks know they're still not at the finish line. And Mays will get it handed back to him as Todd Withers knocked it clear. Brian Goorjian's up out of his seat. Not that he spends much time in it. Wears out a pair of shoes again. Sam Froling handed it up. Justin in Jessup, almost an air ball. Mitch McCarron brings it back down the floor. Dusty Hannes. Daniel Johnson. Well, Dusty lets it fly. Couldn't get it to go.
They're the ones that need Dusty Hannes to hit. Sub 30% from three over the course of the season and comes in as a knockdown shooter from his time in the G League. That's what he's supposed to do.
To the corner. Antonius Cleveland rims out. Mitch McCarron, huge rebound. So they didn't score the 36ers, but they got the stop. Got it back. Daniel Johnson, much to the crowd's delight, caught trying to barrel his way through.
Sam Froling's done his research. That's on the scout. Daniel Johnson loves a little fake handoff.
Subs in, Harry.
And then Sunday Dex in the corner.
Bugs me that Sam Froling doesn't get a stat for that. We do such a good job with rewarding players in the box score for things that they do on the floor. But as a defensive play, he just one possession back for his team. Now Daniel Johnson gets a turnover. You block a shot, you get that, you get a steal, you get that in the box score.
And normally it's a can of Coke from the coach growing up, isn't it?
Oh, a little bit more than a can of Coke, please. I mean, the teams take those numbers and keep that data and talk about it.
Harry Froling nice at the Wynn Entertainment Centre. He's going to have to take the ball home, surely. 7 of 9 from outside the arc.
Well, you're right. 7 of 9. He's got a couple more in him. They're just going to keep finding him.
Sam, put it up. Harry, little fake. Cleveland, and takes on Withers, and will go to the line for a couple.
Every time he touches it, and he doesn't have the room to let it fly right now, Harry, it's a huge disappointment for him. Wants to just check how hot he really is. 7 of 9 from 3. Incredibly efficient shooting on a high volume from that man from three-point territory, and he's telling his former teammate all about it.
A great man, the guy Andrew Gaze said that the Wynn Entertainment Centre is the best place to shoot at, and right now Harry Froling is strongly agreeing with him. And so are the Hawks in general. 14 of 27 as a team, 52% from three.
They got some gold come through from the stat man, Mark Slocum. Only twice before have two brothers scored 20 in the same game. Corey and Ty Webster last season. It was Brad and Mark Dalton for Geelong back in 1987.
Love to go to watch those Supercats. Sunday Ditch puts it up. Gee, they had some stars. Hammer for a while. Justinian Jessup. Mitch McCarron in his grill. Harry Froling. He's put in 7 threes. It's the great 8 for Harry. 8 from outside the arc.
It's getting a bit silly now, Dwayne. I mean, this man is just lighting it up. And he's had probably one heat check in terms of taking an ill-advised shot. We've got 5 minutes left in this game. So we've got 4 or so in him.
Straight back at you from Todd Withers, and no one really rose to appreciate it at the Wynn Entertainment Centre. 74-94, 20-point game, 4:40 left, and everybody waiting to see if Harry Froling can put 9 from outside the arc in. Tyler Harvey with the floater, rims back out. Cleveland the rebound, puts it back up, rejected by Daniel Johnson. Gets it back, goes to work, gets it to go eventually.
High energy play. He loves it. Antonius Cleveland. Extra possessions on the offensive glass. That's all effort, all energy. It's not quite there for the 36ers. Antonius Cleveland making it happen for the home team.
And Sunday Ditch just keeps filling it up down the other end. What's he got, 5 of 9 now?
Let's put Harry Froling in some pick and pop actions. Here, put him in the ball screen, hand off. Get him involved and get him a few more looks before time expires.
Sam tried to jam.
We call that audacious.
They're having some fun now, the Hawks. Daniel Johnson feeds it in. Well, Mitch could have put that up. Mitch McCarron had the shot available, gave it up, pulled it back out. Sunday Detch lets it fly. All net again from Sunday.
Stroking it.
6 of 10 from outside the arc for Sunday Detch.
Detch and Froling trading triples.
16-point game, but it's fireworks at either end. Tyler Harvey, back to Tyler. That was quick. Sam Froling, delightful.
And Harry Froling, he's just waiting with his hands ready in a stance because he's slowly seeing players come to the scorer's table ready to check in.
Withers? Oh my goodness.
What is going on?
It's a good thing that Illawarra have kept scoring, because this is what we spoke about at the start of the quarter. Adelaide, you can't just look to trade baskets to get back in this thing. Got to get some stops. Well, they've been ticking it over. 24 points in the quarter. Jimmy Johnson unhappy with the official.
Yeah, we talked about it a bit. They can score and score quickly. The Adelaide 36ers, 83 points on the board, which is pretty good with 2:45 left in a game. But the trouble is, Illawarra's got 98.
Well, the subs come in, but Harry Froling is staying out there. That's all we want to see.
Yes. There's a big game coming up against Perth for the Wildcats. They played Illawarra, of course, beat them the other day, and they're just kicking back, watching until they play them again. Scott Morrison said we're just treating it like it's half time, whereas for the Hawks, they've got to get through this one and then recover.
Fadeaway 2 attempt from Harry. But to put that away, shot clock violation as Isaac White let it fly for the Hawks. And there's the shot chart from the 2 3-point gunslingers.
Well, they've been enormous. I mean, Sunday Detch, and he missed 3 in a row to start the fourth quarter, and then started to light it up again. He's just been lights out since coming back from injuries. I think he was 4 of 8 coming into this game, 6 of 10 tonight. All that off-season work with Brett Maher, one of the all-time great shooters, is paying off big time for Sunday Detch.
Tough and Tad Dufelmeyer on the floor now for the 36ers. So a few having a sit down after what's been a torrid time. See if Sunday Detch can get out there just to add another one or not. Brian Gorgeon's still barking the instructions. He's not done yet. 2 minutes left. Lachlan Dent. Harry Froling still out there, searching for his 9th. Emmett Nah getting some court time. The jam was nearly there. Harvey King. Kai Soto. Harvey had the chair pulled on him, which was nice. Nice bit of work. Good to see Emmett Nah getting some court time.
That's nice. A couple of guys getting a bit of run here. A few mullets on display for the Hawks, just quietly. New career high for Harry Froling. First player to make 8 triples in NBL 22.
When we do our really way too early preseason predictions, I asked you who was going to make the most threes in the game this season. Would Harry Froling be one of the first ones that jumped to your mind?
Oh, his teammate probably would have been the guy I'd have answered.
Harry's pulling down the rebounds as well, quickly down the other end. He's going to have to get down there quick to let another one fly. Doesn't. Emmett Nah, who we spoke about. Poked clear.
You see the Hawks 1 bucket away here from triple figures. I said off the top of the broadcast about how since the start of round 3, Illawarra was second last in defensive efficiency. Well, the team we didn't talk about were the LA 36ers, last in that stat. And those defensive issues coming home to roost tonight.
Everyone wants to join the party, and the jam from it. Ogden Gack brings the crowd back to their feet. And the tons up, 183. Tough for Mojave King, but pulls one from his bag of tricks. Been fun to watch this game, even though at the moment it's a scoreline that the Adelaide 36ers fans will hate to see. They have given some entertainment.
Okay, baseline.
Thank you. Baseline ball.
Make sure we don't break the plane.
You know it's party time when, thank God, I'm a country boy. Starts pumping at the Wynn Entertainment Centre. Hawkheads having a good time.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Another kick to the corner. Wins out. Gack pulls down the rebound. Okay, where are you, Harry? Are you going to give us 9 for the night? And pocket pick. Everybody knew it was going to Harry Froling, and a jam down the other end for Manny Malou.
Brian Goorjian is talking about three-quarter time going in with some momentum for this next game. He won't be totally thrilled with the defense on display in the fourth quarter, giving up a lot of points.
Up fake, step back, gave it some thought, handed it up. What are you doing, Harry? The whole basketball world sitting back watching. 36 seconds left.
Harry,
Would have been tough.
you're not still out there for your ball movement, big fella.
Well, he's not trying to get, he's playing like he's trying to get a triple-double. What are you doing, Harry? Let it fly, son.
Almost the steal to give Harry one last chance at it. Kai Soto, as the clock winds down, fouled by Harry Froling.
All good, Prince, take you, mate. Prince, take you. Let's go.
That's it. We have been singing the praises of his decision making tonight throughout the game. I hear you, Pete. I hear you.
I mean,
But he's just trying to make the right play every single time right now.
Gorge left him out there for a reason.
He did.
And he's literally played like he's trying to get an extra assist for a triple-double. Well, could have taken the first one, went for a
He's
step
7
back,
away.
created enough space.
So they'll have 7 seconds left to give it to Harry to launch for 9. Soto puts it in. Harry hands it in. You know he's going to get it back. Surely he's going to get it back. Oh, come on. And they dribble it out. Anti-climax. 100 to 89. And it's been Brothers Froling that have put on some sort of show here at the Wynn Entertainment Centre in Illawarra. And if you joined us late, Harry Froling, 8 of 10 from outside the three-point arc to finish with 27 points in a demolition job in the end against the 36ers. 100 to 89.
Well, it's well done from the Hawks. I mean, that last quarter, credit to the Sixers. They started to fight back. Sunday Detch hit some big shots. That's what they had to do because this scoreline could have got really, really ugly at time. But well done for the Hawks. They got their win. For the most part, their defense was better. Their pressure was there. They gave up a few offensive rebounds early. They fixed that. They looked after the ball. Only 5 turnovers to the game. That's outstanding. In the end, Harry Froling, Sam Froling had themselves a night. Tyler Harvey chipped in. Cleveland, good team effort from the Hawks.
189. Don't forget tomorrow night, Southeast Melbourne, Phoenix and Cairns. Then Jan 26, Wednesday, day game, Brisbane and Melbourne United. And then Illawarra front up against Perth again. That's Thursday night as we bring you 30 games in 25 days in this Hungry Jacks NBL 22 season. Adelaide's next game is Friday night against Tasmania. And then there's a double Saturday and a triple header Sunday. Can't wait for all of that. And this one has lived up to expectations at the Wynn Entertainment Centre in Illawarra. We expected fireworks and we got fireworks. Crowd turned up for some Monday night basketball and stayed all the way to the end. Honeymoon may be over a little for CJ Bruton. It's been tough, but I think we've got Harry Froling, the star of the show downstairs. Harry, congratulations to you, and what a magnificent performance. How fun was that?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, second quarter we let it slip a little bit towards the end, but we got a good spray at halftime, and then came out, we fired in the second half, so it was good to put that one away, and we needed it after dropping 2 at home. We got to defend home court.
Harry, great performance by the team, as you say, especially in that third quarter, but career high night for you. 27 points, just making it rain from long range. You said at halftime, this is not the Harry Froling you've seen the last couple of years. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, it might not be numbers-wise, but just the way I carry myself, I'm trying to be better with all that and be a good teammate and play my role, you know, whether it's like last game, small minutes, big minutes, you know, just staying ready. And I think I've changed my attitude a lot, and I'm trying to really focus on that. But, yeah, I think the reason for the points was Sammy had 27 the other week, and I think Keely had 30, so everyone's been talking about who the leading scorer is, and I was trying to get that last bucket, but I didn't want to force it. So I'll let Keely hold the title for now.
Well, Harry, it's Halls here. I want to talk about that because Gorge emptied the bench, the Sixers emptied the bench, left you out there, and I'm not sure if you only needed 7 more assists to get a triple-double. What are you doing? You've got to let it fly, mate.
I like to play the right way, and I was trying to get those other boys who haven't seen a lot of court time in a couple shots, and that's the way I want to play. I want to be an unselfish guy and move the ball. So, yeah.
Congratulations, Harry. It was a fantastic show to watch, and we absolutely loved it. So we thank you for the party you allowed us to come to.
Appreciate it. Talk some smack to Sam for me.
Harry Froling, who's playing it down. He might have been the best player in this game. He was the footlocker player of the game, but he doesn't even reckon he's in the top 3 players in his family.
I loved it from Big Harry tonight, and I like the fact he didn't just come out jacking Harry Froling. He worked his way into the game, just made good decisions. He said in that chat right there, I'm just trying to play the right way and make good decisions, and he did that all night long. We spoke earlier about his decision making, and then as the game went on, he caught fire and was absolutely feeling it from long range. A career high 27, 8 of 10 from 3-point territory, absolutely spectacular. 1 rebound off that 20 and 10 game, and a couple of dimes, a couple of steals to go along with it. A career best performance from Big Harry tonight.
Well, it's been the Froling Show. Joe Healy has the other half of the Froling Show.
I do. I'm standing down here with Sam. First of all, I've got to ask, have you ever seen your brother shoot like that before?
Yeah, plenty of times. I mean, that's what... Well done, Timmy, 400. The way Harry was shooting, he's well on his way to that as well. But yeah, I mean, I've seen him do it a million times before. It's cool to see him come out here and do it at this level.
We just mentioned Tim there. They're giving him a really nice presentation on court for reaching that 400 milestone. What is he like as a teammate?
Oh, he's the best. I mean, he's been around this club and this game for so long. He's been around here for so long. He's just, he knows the culture here. He teaches that to all us guys that come through. You can't ask for a better teammate than him.
A big game from yourself as well. How special is it when you can go out there with your brother and both be on fire on the night?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. He gave me the ball a few times. I put it in for him. But it's fun playing out there and seeing him play so well. And I think the whole team tonight, we all played really well together. We shared the ball and it looked real good.
Back in the winner's circle, you've got a big game against Perth. What does this do for your momentum going into that one on Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. We dropped 2 in a row. And, I think a few people started questioning and we just knuckled in. We really focused on moving the ball and playing our defense better. We were better on that end. And now coming into Thursday, we got a new energy and we're going to bring it to Perth.
Sam, thanks so much. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
So who's your favourite Froling?
Oh, well, don't ask me that because I'll probably have to go Keely. But how good was Sam Froling? He was outstanding again. The way he can finish with both hands, it's something that we don't see so often. With the ease he does it as a big man. And I love the way he spoke about it. He was getting Harry Froling involved. This play right here, that's what we kept highlighting. He was making great decisions out there. 5 assists from the big fella. Super efficient. Here's a little highlight reel dunk that he had. When Sam Froling's up and going, so are the Hawks. And when other guys can chip in like they did tonight, they're going to be a really, really tough team to beat.
It's been entertainment with a capital E from the Wynn Entertainment Centre in Illawarra tonight. 100 to 89 the final. won the flip. The New Hawks scored like they did tonight. The Hawks putting 100 up.
Just couldn't get consistent stops. Adelaide, and once Harry Froling caught fire, it was all going Illawarra's way. The Froling brothers putting on some kind of display for the Hawks. Declan Johnson didn't get enough of it. Just 8 points off on 8 shots. Their last game, just 10 points on 7 shots in this one. And look, Illawarra led by 4 at quarter time, by 5 at halftime. Adelaide's still in the game. They led by 22 at 3/4 time, and the game was over from there. So that third quarter, everything started slipping away for Adelaide. But in the end, Harry Froling made it a personal exhibition of his ability to knock it in from long range. 27 points, 8 of 10 from three-point territory. Tyler Harvey had 19. The other Froling, Sam, had 18. And Sunday Detch was excellent with 20, but just not enough. 36ers playing D and putting points on the board.
Well, any other night we'd be talking about Sunday Detch's 6 3-pointers, given what kind of show that Sunday Detch put on. Tyler Harvey was pretty good as well, finding his shot again tonight.
Well, he was. I mean, we kind of highlighted his shooting woes to start the game, but I like that he got to his spot. Again, super patient. He was 8 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. Didn't try and force anything. A lot of that probably had to do with the fact that Harry Froling was going as he was, shooting the ball really well. But I love that Tyler Harvey was so patient tonight, let his offense come to him. So often he got to his spot where his floater is there wherever he wants to get to and made a good decision to pass. He had 5 assists. He knew exactly the way they came to defend him. Right here, you see how aggressive Cam Bairstow was flying out. He knew he had to get rid of it quickly because someone would be open. So that's a really smart play from Tyler Harvey. And if you don't come to him, he's going to do this as well. He's still one of the best players in the league, and they're going to need him to continue to put up numbers like this in games like they will play against Perth and beyond.
We talked about how many weapons they have, Illawarra, and yes, tonight, Harry, Sam Froling, Tyler Harvey, those guys put up points. Antonius Cleveland had 14, and it was a very nice performance by Tyler Harvey in all the ways he just laid out. Justinian Jessup, first ever scoreless game in the NBL, and yet they end up with triple digits. Just goes to show how many different guys can get the job done for this team.
Sunday Detch kept them in it.
Well, he did, didn't he? He made it, just kept the scoreboard healthy for Adelaide, and the final margin not too bad in the end for 36ers fans by lighting it up from long range. He's putting in the work, and it's paying off for Sunday Detch. 6 of 10 from long range, 20 points. Geez, didn't they really miss him over the first part of the season? Great to have him back, but they need more of his teammates defending at the kind of level that he does if they're going to allow this type of shooting to get them victories in this league.
Big game for the 36ers coming up in Tasmania against the Jack Jumpers on Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for them. And again, you give up 100 points, you're going to find it tough to win any game in the league. That's just a matter of fact. Now you're going to go play Tasmania, who do play well at home. They play with energy. The Sixers just need to find that way, that style of consistency. We saw it against the Wildcats. They were good. They were up and about. You talk about Sunday Detch, Daniel Johnson perhaps not getting enough of it. Mitch McCarron, I think, just got to take a bit more onus on himself on the offensive end to create. Yes, his shot can be there. He only took 6 shots tonight. He hasn't taken many shots at all season. Loves to find players the ball, but unfortunately, when other guys aren't scoring, you take Sunday Detch's 20 points out of this, and all of a sudden it looks even worse. You've got to go yourself. You're a massive off-season signing. We know he can rebound. We know he can dish. We know he can play defense. They need someone to create on the offensive end.
I think for me it all starts defensively, though, for Adelaide. You know, you go back to that game in Cairns, they got blown off the court, didn't bring it in defensive transition. They come out of that big break against Perth, and they really defended. And Mitch McCarron's at his best in transition. Defensive rebounds, push it, make plays for himself and others. And you've just got to be able to get enough stops to be able to play that way. And in games like tonight, and they don't bring it at that end of the floor, this is the result.
Let's have a look at the Hungry Jacks NBL ladder as it stands right now. Melbourne United, Perth Wildcats, and you see how big a game that was for Illawarra and for the 36ers, who are now, well, third last, if you like. Can't wait for your power rankings to come out.
Jeez, it's going to be a lot.
Wow. I guarantee this money back guarantee won't always correlate with the ladder, but one thing you can bank on is Melbourne will be on top, because 7 wins in a row. They are absolutely rolling right now.
Hawks showed what they can do tonight, though, didn't they? How much damage they can create.
Exactly right. I mean, this is why I know Brian Goorjian had the little crisis moment, worst defending team in the league. There's no way